Okay, let's continue feeling sad.
Something occurred to me.
What's that?
I wonder if you might actually be a rather irresponsible sort of person. I wake you
Took
up
you
at a
this long,
reasonable
huh?
hour every morning.
Hey, it's not a mimic for once. Have I mentioned I love the music and art style in this show?
There's no way you'll be able to wake up in time. It would be impossible.
Not if I simply don't sleep.
You're that intent on seeing the sunrise?
To be honest, I
I've
couldn't
done that
care
before.
less. That's the reason I'd like to see it.
I
Huh.
don't understand.
Neither do I.
Huh. Odd.
You broke poor Heiter's heart. Now he's bedridden. What a sensitive soul.
The only thing he's
That's real
sensitive to
sensitive.
are the effects of his drink.
Who do you think you're calling Mama, young lady?
How old is
Why am I
Frieren?
doing this again?
He's still around then. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, because that means she's gonna probably say
Hello
goodbye
there.
to all three
I
of
thought
them
I'd drop by.
and
You act as if it
see their
hasn't been
final
30
days.
years.
Huh.
Someday down the line, you're going to make a horrid mistake, and you'll wish you had gotten to know the people around you. All that I'm saying is when the inevitable happens, return to this place. And I,
Huh.
the legendary mage Flamma, will be here to help.
Even with that warning, she still didn't get to know them well enough.
Does it say anything about speaking with the dead?
It was already open to that very page. So she knew 1,000 years ago that I would come back here someday. What an unpleasant woman.
Everyone knows her so well,
Let's call
but
heaven.
she doesn't know any of
I
them.
now know it as Aureole.
No matter how much I teach them, they'll surely die.
How cheery. That's not how relationships work.
That's how they work for me. Just consider our adventure. It's taken up less than 1/100th of my life.
How common are elves if she can't take on any apprentice out of fear of them dying, essentially? That would imply that there are like no other elves out there.
You're really not coming
wonder-
with us?
I wonder if the lack of elves is part of the
It's
story at
as
some
I
point.
told you before, I would only get in your way.
Like they got airbendered. Why is this music always so effective?
Another brief 10-year adventure.
So it just takes that long to get there. It wasn't even a thing of how much they had to do on the journey there.
Just consider our adventure. It's taken up less than 1/100th of my life.
It's funny, don't you think? How much that 1/100th has changed you.
In comparison, for me, our journey's been one half. I've spent one half of my life with you.
Yeah, so far,
It's
yeah.
going to be much more than that from here on.
Kind of wish Fern would learn to get her own ambitions and goals. I like the two of them together, but as sad as it is watching Frieren have all these regrets, I feel like it's sadder to watch her train someone who has no ambition. So Fern will just stay by Frieren's side until she dies because she has nothing else. But I suppose now we have a focus for the
Take these
story.
words to heart, Fern.
Though to be fair, her begging not to die was a regular occurrence. So I can't say that I felt particularly guilty. Regardless, it certainly isn't fun.
Why
Jeez.
were you accustomed to hearing her beg for her life?
Oh, you're not going to answer that. That's concerning.
didn't expect to see Himmel. I was sure it would show me my master like the last one I defeated did.
Huh.
Perhaps this means I've changed since I last encountered one.
Frieren. Shoot.
Impressive. That's just what he'd say.
Jeez! That seems a bit overkill.
I've never seen one in real life.
Oh, we're going straight to dragons, huh?
Its nest. You see that grimoire?
Of course
I've
she
been
wants
after
it.
that one for a long time.
Of
It
course.
doesn't surprise me.
She gonna fight a
He's
dragon for a
bear of
book?
all places.
That seemed very ineffective.
So,
No choice then. Run!
Oh.
If we continue to wear it down, the brute will eventually give in.
Oh, that's your plan.
He's my apprentice.
Right. Is he any good?
He was your friend's apprentice. Do you not trust your friend to be a good teacher?
what sort of spell does that grimoire contain anyway?
One that lets you see through clothes.
You really do gather only the strangest of spells, Mistress Frieren.
That is my hobby.
I've had difficulties defeating it on my own. For you, it'd be no issue, right?
No, not at all if you can keep the beast busy for 30 seconds.
I feel like with 30 seconds, friend could have kept you
Man,
busy.
That really has to be my job.
This one's no good. We should get going and find someone serious.
Please don't leave me here to rot!
Weren't you the one who's just freaking out about the
Hold off
dragon?
The dragon.
Could Fern really not hold off the dragon for 30 seconds? If that's all it would take Frieren to kill it.
I was distracted by his immense cowardice.
The lad is a little yellow-bellied. But let's think back to your first time going up against a monster.
Or how about the dragon you just
Never
fought?
mind, let's think forward. If you're curious, you should go check on him. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, he cut the big, like, dent into that canyon, didn't he? I was gonna say it, but I don't know. It felt a little ridiculous to think that. Yeah. He did cut all that in.
I see now. Your training is what made this fissure.
Thank you. That's kind of the word I was looking for without knowing it. I didn't know what else to call it. It's interesting. I don't think I'd seen this character before. I also can't tell what his name is supposed to be. Stock, Stork, Stark. Huh. We aren't starting with the intro anymore.
I see now. Your training is what made this
I
fissure.
guess we start with recaps now. I don't know how I feel about that opening.
The first time that I fought a monster, I had trained more than enough, but I was frozen by fear. I steeled my resolve.
How recently
and
was this?
instinct took over. All
'Cause
that
it
I
looks
needed to
like-
do was ground myself.
Her current age.
Your training isn't going to fail you.
I had high hopes for the lad.
Mm.
We're left with no choice.
Frieren,
So he was the coward, you say, huh,
you only
friend?
need 30 seconds.
You're exactly like Eisen.
I am.
This is a powerful foe.
That looks so
Hands,
cool.
They're out of control.
Why isn't it attacking him?
It knows better.
Hmm.
I thought so.
Huh. The 30 seconds is for him to kill it, not her.
The two of us parted in anger. I was afraid. I was afraid of the boy, Frieren.
Huh. Yeah, the 30
Become a
seconds
great
are
warrior.
just for him. And this animation has been great. Hasn't really been much in terms of real fights. So I wasn't sure how they look, but God, the colors in this show are so good.
It's already dead.
Huh?
Old hag, huh?
He'll live to regret that.
How old is she? I imagine she's at least 100 by now. At the youngest.
The dragon.
But I'm not sure how many
You were
thousands of
exceptional.
years elves
That was
live.
quite the show. Now this hoard of treasure is mine.
We can't take it all with us.
That's no fun. If you ask me about it, I would take the more lighthearted journey any day.
Just the warmth of a finger, and it melts almost instantaneously.
Please keep your fingers away from our food.
Ridiculous.
Oh, and what do we do about the syrup?
I don't have a spell to produce that.
They do such a good job making it feel nostalgic to the audience
Well,
when you have
Can you see through them?
no actual nostalgia for the events.
I can't say I find this spell interesting. So small.
No part of me small!
Well,
Oh!
where will your journey lead you next?
Okay.
You could make your way back to Eisen now. Come now. The checkpoint is locked tight. We have no other choice.
I'm still reeling from the fact
Run
that they made
along,
a
you're
small
free to
dick
roam.
joke.
Wanna get something to eat? Loud and clear.
Why does she hate him? Okay, Fern's a size queen, apparently.
You've got no reason to glare at me. I bought this with my own money.
Pardon me. 1 milk, please.
Why was that animation so smooth?
What if I told you we're going to be waiting for a long time? 2 years even.
Huh? No thanks.
That's a relief. You're relatively normal at least.
I'm lost.
No,
Did I do
you're-
something to offend you?
You're both just not elves.
What if you just flew us up and over the city wall?
The wall's only one part of the problem. There's a
You
powerful
get shot
barrier
down.
all around the border that extends to the maximum flying height.
Or that.
Makes sense.
Things in the northern lands must be quite serious.
Hmm.
Wouldn't
You'd
that
think
be a bit dangerous even
Dealing
for
with
us?
the demon
Lucky
lord
for
would
you,
help with
I
all the
look tough
monsters
enough
and
not to
stuff.
be questioned.
But
Plus,
I guess it's
blood
been
like a
80
bone.
years.
you do have a thievish face.
I heard that.
I feel like this dub's been really good so far. The voices do a pretty good job fitting the characters, and they get a lot of the subtlety of the emotions, I think.
You're even more desperate to leave than I am.
Well, you're
I
used to
don't
it.
have a
He's
lot of
not.
time.
That was awfully vague.
If I take too long to get back, my master will pass on.
But I bet he's still got plenty of years left.
How long do dwarves live in comparison to elves, I wonder?
I'm not in an enormous hurry.
Am I right to assume that you do plan to travel north again? According to our information, the northern lands are in constant battle with the remnants of the Demon King's forces. You must be concerned
yeah.
about their situation.
Just whatever's
My
left
goodness.
over in there.
A hero as kind as she is mighty. The people of the north will be thrilled to hear of your arrival. Pass through as you wish.
She probably didn't plan to do that. And now she's getting a hero's welcome for something she wasn't planning to do.
If only I'd had a little more time for my research.
You need to move on.
You know we risked life and limb trying to get out of there, right?
Indeed. And you alright?
This show is really good. That was probably one of the weakest episodes, and it was still quite good. Who does the animation for this show? Madhouse. Huh. They kind of just jump between quality and garbage with that studio, don't they? Because I think they did this, No Game No Life, and Overlord. And when you compare this and No Game No Life to Overlord, it's so jarring. The animation quality of Overlord is so bad in comparison.